Today, I want to share with you how to take an accounts payable process, which maybe comes to you in this form, perhaps from a procedures manual, and turn it into something much more useful, much more effective for your accounts payable team and for the rest of your company as well. So previously, I did a post where I took this information here, these accounts payable process steps, and tried to make it a little bit more useful by using a tool, a whiteboard tool by the name of Lucid Spark. And just very briefly, this is what was created, kind of a flowchart type representation, just using very simple pink sticky notes. Certainly a lot better than what we started with. And of course, on each one of these, I discussed that you can attach notes to provide more information. And when you hover over one of these notes, you see this little pop up down here that lets you know that there's a document or even a video attached to that step to make it more useful and to add additional steps or advice for that. But today I want to take this original document and use it on the property management, the process management tool Trello, and see how we might convert this process using Trello to make it more useful. So to save time, I have completed a lot of the grunt work here of entering the information. Trello, of course, is organized overall by a board, and a board you can think of as a project. And then within the board, there are these lists, and the lists you can think of as different stages within the project. And of course, then finally, you've got individual cards. The card is the workhorse. That's where the bulk of the information is and where I think we can get the most value here. So basically what I've done is I've taken our accounts payable steps and put them in this list here that I call procedures. Basically just copied them over. There they are. Now you'll see on some of these cards have this little icon. And if we click on that, we'll see that I've added some detail here. So I'm saying if the invoice is for goods, I'm telling the user to match the vendor invoice to the company purchase order and to the receiving documents. And of course, you can put as much detail as you like there. Individuals can make comments. You can create and add a checklist to this. You can hit this attachment. You can add a document, or as I mentioned before, you can attach a video. Maybe your accounts payable professional could go through the process of working with an invoice for a good and walk through all the steps and record that process, and then you could attach that video here. So if a backup or someone new to this had to step in for any reason, it would make the process much easier and a lot less error prone. So there's, number of these where I've taken the extra step of adding additional information. And then we move over to here, the in progress. And there, I'm listing out the steps that we're going to want to do every time we set out to do accounts payable. We're going to process the new invoices that have been received. We're going to then, once those are processed, we're going to file them away. The invoices that are scheduled for payment that day, we're going to go ahead and pay them. And then the paid invoices, we're going to file those away. And then, of course, we can add additional stuff. We can say print reports. and add that card. Of course, now as you go through and complete these things, you would want to move them from in progress over to completed. And you get the idea. Just move them over one by one as that task is completed. And eventually you'll have them all over here. And there you go. Now, say that you have an invoice that things don't match up. There's some sort of problem. We've created another list here just for that. And that ties in with step number 5 here. Discrepancies should be routed to the supervisor. So I've created a note here. Let's say that invoice 12345. There's a problem with it. You write the numbers don't match. So whatever. And you can, of course, as we mentioned before, you can attach all the supporting documentation to this card to allow your supervisor or whoever your supervisor delegates to be able to resolve this issue. Very powerful. Almost as powerful, I think, as being able to attach these videos. So also, you want to keep your procedures steady. That's just like a reference type thing. But what you can do is you can create tasks or rules in this program so that every week, say if you do accounts payable every week, these items will automatically go back over and populate in this list. And these items here that are completed would be removed and taken to the archive for your convenience. So just something you could certainly do yourself. It's just a little bit of a time saver. And of course, these items here in the supervisor waiting list are going to remain there until they are resolved one way or the other. So I hope this helped, and I hope it gives you some ideas. That's really the point of this, just to kind of provide food for thought and how you can take some of these back office tasks that you have and make them better and make them more useful, more efficient, and more user-friendly. So I thank you for your time and attention, and have a great day.